सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject: become a perfect lover. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, 130th Sutra, in 3rd chapter, 24th verse, beautiful sutra. Patanjali is speaking about love. Patanjali doesn't talk, oh, there is a rose, there is a moon, river flowing. No, he is not that kind of a man. I can be 100% sure Patanjali would have never had romance in his life. Because the iota of romance or the light mood does not exist throughout Patanjali's works, whether it is his Mahabhashya or Ayurveda or his Yoga Sutras, even his works of Siddha tradition. Nowhere. So I have no doubt he had a snake body. Snake body is a symbol of awakened Kundalini. So the whole energy has gone to the Sahasrara. He was too busy in his avataric mission, his incarnation of Adisesha. He came down to experience Shiva's dance, cosmic dance in him, and express that in the form of grammar and Yoga Sutra and Ayurveda. The most funny thing is, throughout his sutras, his songs, verses, nowhere even a slight mention of Devi. I am surprised. All his stotras and sutras, he has done many stotras also on Shiva. Nowhere he talks about Devi. The place where he had darshan of Shiva, Devi is just standing next, after all dancing with Shiva. Nowhere he talks about it. But suddenly, here is a sutra on love. And the funny thing is, he is not even talking about the love in a masculine sense. You see, the love in the aspect of masculine sense is more like a philosophical. Philosophizing the love means go on talking about it. When you experience love, these kind of hormones secrete in your brain, and this is the way eye changes, this is the way body changes. Go on philosophizing, talking about it, and destroy the power and joy of love. That is what I call philosophizing love, masculine version of love. But Patanjali is not even touching that line. He is straight away touching the feminine version of love. I am surprised, a guy who never shows even one symptom or a ray of love, romance, in such large, voluminous works. You see, when you write only one book, you can hide many of your characters, many of your qualities in one book. but your whole life is nothing but writing books and expressions, you can't hide the innate personality of you, or the characters, the main components of you. But a man like Patanjali, who has written volumes and volumes, all the works of Patanjali, if you put it together, even if somebody has to pen down that, copy that, it will take at least few hundred years. So much of work has been done by Patanjali. Nowhere the component of Devi or romance happens. I do not want that to happen to our Sangha. That is the reason I put Devi on the lap of Shiva. Not even separately. Because if the Devi side is missing, we will become such a dry sannyas sampradaya. It is feminine energy and the Devi aspect which keeps man not becoming terrorist. Otherwise, the extreme fanaticism added with the aggressiveness of the masculine energy does not bother about violence, lands into non-violence. Little bit of feminine touch, the love dimension added, people will not become violent, terrorists. They will be more loving, compassionate, caring, cultured. Maitriyadishu balani sutra, just 2 words. Swami Vivekananda translates this sutra as, by practicing samyama on friendship, mercy, etc., the yogi excels in respective qualities. By making, Swami Prabhavananda translates as, by making samyama on friendliness, compassion, etc., one develops the powers of these qualities. Swami Sachidananda translates as, by samyama on friendliness and other such qualities, the power to transmit them is obtained. Love. Vast, huge ocean. The subject which will taste different from different banks or beaches. It's like an ocean, tastes in different, looks different in different places, feels different in different beaches. This emotion also, you can't even use the word emotion. There is a question here. Is love just another emotion? It is not emotion, it is en motion. It is the energy which makes motion happen in you towards enlightenment, from enlightenment towards enlightenment. When the glimpse of enlightenment starts in you and motions you towards enlightenment, the ultimate enlightenment, between that period, what you experience is called love. I will work on this subject chapter by chapter, or dimension by dimension. So much I have spoken on love, still that subject remains untouched. Let me first express from the angle of Patanjali. Patanjali talks about love here for the sake of samyama. Please understand, he gives us as technique. He says, do samyama on these great qualities and excel in them. Through this, he approves the expression of love. And he instructs all the yogis to excel in love. He makes this as a technique, a powerful expression of the consciousness in you when it penetrates your blocking low mood logic and expresses itself in spite of your logic. It is called love. Understand? Inside you, there is an intense super consciousness constantly waiting to break through your body and express itself. But your secured low mood logic, which goes on saying, no, 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 you will be exploited, you will be exploited, you will be exploited. If you are so open, so alive, whoever goes around you will exploit you. Physically, mentally, economically. Men have a fear women will exploit economically if they are too loving. Women feel if they are too loving, men will exploit them physically. Both of them feel if they are too loving, others will exploit them emotionally. So always the fear, if you are loving, you will be exploited. Very dangerous. So there is a certain logic in you which completely bans you from flowing. I want all of you to know, your life is like a river. Only two ways of life exists. One, the river which is embanked, the river which is dammed. Embanked means don't completely stop, use it properly, only tell the river where it should not go. That's all. Making the rules minimum so that the flow of life also is useful for you. It is like making embankment for Kaveri or Ganga. There is another one way of life, completely blocking it. Stop. From now onwards, we will tell, dictate, direct whatever you should do. When the consciousness expresses in you, love is like embankment, guiding you, your flow. The insecure logic which is against the love is like a dam. Build the dam, that's it. Then exploit as you want. All the fellows are afraid of bank, but they don't understand they are caught in the dam. The life flow in you is like a river. If you are afraid of love, you are afraid of the embankment happening around you. True, embankment also does some restrictions. But the fear of love, the secured logic which denies love, which goes on talking and creating ideas against love in you, is a dam. It just completely stops the life force. Not just the shining in the eyes, even the shining in the skin changes when you stop the flow of love in you. Yesterday, after the Brahma Sutra discourse, we were having end debate. Then we were having Samyama. The Samyama, we had a lot of questions. Samyama means sitting, and the exact meaning of the word Samyama means again and again and again and again making the truth practical. Samyama has hundreds of meaning. I am giving you my own meaning. Of course, dictionary also accepts the meaning I am giving. Sometimes dictionaries don't accept the meaning I give, but I don't bother about it. But in this case, dictionaries also accept the meaning I am giving. Again and again and again making certain truths practical is Samyama. So we were having Samyama session with all our ashramites. We were having a lot of questions, discussions. So I was presenting a concept. It may be very shocking, but I wanted this to be on record, so I am talking. I said that the money you generate by creating, not by grabbing or robbing or swindling or snatching from others. No. The money you generate by your creation, creativity, is equivalent to the spiritual maturity. There was a lot of discussion. No. Some people may not have the attitude for money. I said there is nothing like that. These major four things: need to be intelligent, need to be powerful, need to be having all the rich infrastructure, and need to be alive, working. These four are basic tendencies of all human beings. In all of you, there is a part of Brahmana, needed to be intelligent. There is a part of Kshatriya, want to be powerful. There is a part of Vaishya, want to be rich and expanding. There is a part of a worker, wants to be alive, working, active. In all of you, all four parts exist. If life energy is not flowing in one, please be clear, in all other three also it will not be flowing. It will not be flowing, I can tell you. You may think, no. Spiritual people are always supposed to be in poverty, passive. Argument brought to me, why Raman Maharshi was such a passive and non-working God. These guys are talking about Ramana Maharshi to me. Just because all his pictures are taken when he was lying on the couch does not mean whole day he was lying. The photography was allowed in his ashram, unfortunately only in the sabha where he was giving darshan. And most of his photographs are taken after he became old. Otherwise, if you look into the reminiscences of Raman Maharshi's life, he is such a workaholic person. From morning till night, he himself will cook in the kitchen for visitors. He himself will do construction, take care of the cows and other animals in the ashram. There is enough of evidences, records, reminiscences that he is such a strong workaholic person. But unfortunately, in course of time, only the words he uttered gets recorded and becomes popular. Never the deeds he did becomes popular. I wanted to make it clear. My life is my message, not my message is my life. I am making it clear, understand? My life is my message. My life is my message. Because unfortunately human beings go on understand only words and catch only the words and transmit only the words to the next generations. The same problem may happen even about me after some time. Nityananda was lazy person, only sitting and talking. Because all other things doesn't get recorded. All other things doesn't get presented. But I wanted the world to know I am active, workaholic person who works 20 hours a day average. And I stand for all 4 dimensions of life. If inner awakening happens in you, all 4 happens in you. If all 4 are not happening in you, inner awakening has not happened in you. Relax. And people go on justify their laziness into Ramana Maharshi's sattva. It is not that they are not interested in wealth or power, but they are not interested to take responsibility for it. The attitude and understanding is the problem, not the 4 dimensions or aspects of life. I want you to know, even with love, it is not that you don't want to be loving towards others or you don't want to be loved by others. Because everybody knows the power of love, how it heals you and heals others, how powerful it is in making your life juicy, rich, pickly. I am creating new word. Rasam has become an English word now. In Oxford Dictionary they added the word rasam, guru, all this has become English word. We will make the word avatar into English word. sweet experiences of love constantly reminds you when you open up. I'm not talking about only romantic love, which is towards one person. I am talking about the love suddenly opens up in you towards whole and your very self. Rarely you will fall in love with yourself. The yellow journalist who is sitting inside you, constantly writing articles and editorials about you, is damn for love. The fear he creates about love is not protection for you, it is destruction for you. Dam is not a protection for river, it is a destruction for river. Only embankment is a protection for river. Love is embankment. Logic is dam. Do samyama on love. That is what Patanjali says. Means sit and meditate on the intense, beautiful inner space you go through when you are in love with you and with the whole. Understand? Here, Patanjali is not saying contemplate on the love which was directed towards one person. No. When at some time you just feel so good about being you, being who you are, but it happens very rarely. That's a big problem. If you are feeling deeply good at, wow, I am really worthy. I am really worthy of what I am. I am really worthy of life. I am really worthy of whatever is happening around me. When you are experiencing the love for yourself, suddenly you will experience that love for the whole. You will see then everybody, everything is worthy of what they are. The whole. When the love is experienced towards you by you, you will suddenly experience that towards the whole. So meditate on that love. Surely every one of you would have experienced that kind of moments at least few times in your life. When you feel love towards you and the love towards the whole, everything, you feel like blessing everybody and everything. Do samyama on that inner space. Not just the love directed towards one person. That may have its own investments, vested interests and all that. That is okay, nothing wrong. But that is not supposed to be the ultimate, or Patanjali does not expect you to do samyama on that. Do samyama on the love experience which you had towards you, towards the whole. You will just exhale, radiate those qualities. Not only that, you will be able to transmit those qualities by your very presence. The word, very beautiful word, balani, maitriyadishu balani, means strength. The strength has a three different definition. One, you will have that quality. Second, you will be able to transmit that quality to others. Third, you know how to have that quality as a strength for you. He is not saying doing samyama and love will make you weak. No. I have seen many people claiming their weakness as love. No. Love will be out of strength. And it will make you creative, alive. Balani. Patanjali uses the word strength. Friendliness and love. When you contemplate on it, do samyama on it, when it starts expressing, it will be a strength, because you will be in love with you and the whole. Second, you will be able to transmit it. Third, you just know how to use that as a strength, power. You will just spontaneously declare things and you will fulfill it. Just the other day, very spontaneously I declared, this year we will have Kailash Yatra. We are going to have Kailash Yatra this year. Already we started planning. Just a spontaneous declaration. And it just happens. Love, in its pure, intense form, love, in its very source, is strength. That is why Patanjali declares, Balani, be strong by excelling in love, radiating love. Let the samyama on love strengthen you. Try today whole day, try samyama on love. The moments you felt so good about you, you loved yourself, how you look, how you feel about you, who you are. Remember those moments. And remember when you had the love for the whole. Remember those moments. Do samyama on it. Do samyama on it. You will experience the strength of love. I bless you all. Let you all experience samyama on love. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, and share the eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
Trust in you, 'cause you know it's best for me to lead a blissful life, a life with no more strife. I can't believe the things I do, just to spend a little time with you. Nothing will compare. I know you will take care.
You're always showing us compassion. Your love is endless like an ocean. Nityananda, Nityananda. My life's become a meditation. Ever since we had a deep connection.